y'all, welcome to my channel. I thought that now with the summer months here, it would be kind of interesting to talk about 5 different differences in holidays and vacations that I've seen here in the Netherlands. I've been here now for about 2 years versus what I'm used to in the States. So if you're interested to see what those differences are, then keep watching. So the first thing on the list that we are going to talk about is definitely the number of vacation days that I get here in the Netherlands versus what I got in the States. Here in the Netherlands, I get 30 days. My company is quite generous and gives me 30 with the option to purchase 5 extra days. In the US, my company was also quite generous, and that meant we had 15 vacation days. And then I think after working 2 to 3 years, then that went up to 20 days. So I basically got an extra 2 weeks of vacation, which is amazing. So basically, because there's about 5 to 6 weeks of vacation days that are given here in the Netherlands, I think another difference that I'm seeing is how people approach vacation days. I will say that in the US, I always felt that when I took vacation days, I had to go everywhere. That means that if I took a week off, everything was jam-packed, my schedule was entirely jam-packed, and afterwards I really felt that I needed a vacation after my vacation. Here in the Netherlands, because I get 30 days, I feel like, and I think a lot of my Dutch colleagues also have this mentality, they actually take their vacation as rest. And this means that a lot of them will go to a single city or a single place and just stay there for 2 weeks and just rest. And they'll rent a house and go swimming and barbecue and do all those restful things. Whereas, yeah, in the States, if I was given 2 weeks to go somewhere, I would basically hit up 10 different cities in those 2 weeks and see as much as I can. So I think that's one of the main differences that I see with how people handle their vacations. Oh, also pertaining to just how the differences are in dealing with vacations is that I see here that my colleagues are more comfortable taking days off, like on a random day just to get rest. So for instance, if the sun is shining out, people might take the day off because the sun is shining and they would just want to enjoy it. But in America, I don't think, you don't really do that. You don't just call up your boss and say, hey, I'm gonna take the day off because the sun is shining. They would be like, no, what are you doing? So yeah, I think it's more this concept of rest and enjoyment. And I'm still trying to learn how to do that. Definitely baby steps in going there, because my first thought of when somebody says like, I'm gonna take the day off to enjoy the sun is like, oh my gosh, but you could take that day and tack it on to a longer vacation and have 11 days versus just taking 10 days off. But I'm definitely trying to get into the mindset of a more restful, calm vacation. Number 3 on the list of the differences that I see is I'm gonna talk about holidays. For some reason, I thought that when I moved to Europe, I would have a lot of holidays, and I just don't know if the Dutch just don't. But anyways, the main difference that I see living here in the Netherlands is how spaced out the holidays are in the US. So basically, I would say every 1 to 3 months, every 2 to 3 months, you will have a Monday off. Here in the Netherlands, all of the holidays are, for some reason, in April and May. That means that you don't have any holidays between that time, which is crazy. Then if I say that to my Dutch colleagues, they always tell me, yeah, but that's why you have your 30 days of vacation, which yes, is true, but it still sucks. Like, I don't know, 2021, we don't even get Christmas off because now it's on a Saturday. The second day of Christmas is on a Sunday. And because Christmas is on a Saturday, that means January 1st is on a Saturday, so we also don't get that off. So basically, in the Netherlands currently for 2021, we are done with holidays, no more, until I think April 2022 for Good Friday. So number 4 on the list of holiday differences is this thing in the Netherlands called the 8% holiday pay. And I actually think it's quite genius. Basically in May, you get 8% of your salary, and it's used to kind of encourage you to go on holiday because you have this chunk of money. And I think it's great because honestly, most people are not good at budgeting, they're not good at saving. And so basically you can kind of spend as you usually do, and then bam, in May, you are given this extra chunk of money that you didn't even have to think about and save for, and it's there and you can enjoy a nice vacation. In the US, your holiday is kind of, it's included in your salary and you just get it monthly as you would just your normal paycheck. I will say that one negative thing though about the holiday pay is that it is 8% of your salary, but it's also heavily taxed. So you're not actually getting 8% of your salary at the end of the day. That's the only one negative thing, but in the end, it's like Christmas in May, I guess, because you all of a sudden have this extra cash that you didn't even think about. So number 5, and the final key difference that I see between the Netherlands and the US when it comes to holiday and vacations is really how your employer talks to you about vacations. And here in the Netherlands, what I love is that my employer, at least, encourages me to take vacation. And so I think it's great because every now and then I think sometimes people need a reminder that it's okay to leave your work for a little bit and rest, that there's also other colleagues that can help along. So I think that's really great. I also think it's really awesome. I've had colleagues that have taken their whole 6 weeks off at one time because they just wanted to go learn another language for 6 weeks, and they had some time rolled over and it just worked. And I think, and also they wanted to avoid the sun, but I think that's also great. Like, you are given that choice to do it, and it's there for you. In the US, if I told my employer, hey, I want to take 2 weeks off, or okay, I guess 2 weeks is okay, but if I ask my employer, hey, I want to take 3 weeks off, I think there's gonna be some kind of conversation that happens about how are you going to handle the work when you come back. Yeah, definitely, all in all, my vacation and holidays have increased dramatically since I've been here. Definitely trying to learn more about what the concept of rest is and what it means for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the key differences that I'm seeing and experiencing now that I'm living here in the Netherlands.